Dad was on the phone with 911 because there was the ambulance. That ambulance reminds me of the ambulance that came down our driveway the night that we were dealing with my grandmother's death, after Dad and I had shut the shop down. That paramedic able to get him out, Cheryl? Sounds like another ambulance. Sounds like another ambulance, Cheryl. It is another ambulance.
Now what?
It sounded like another ambulance, but it's a fire truck.
Okay.
You taking another pictures? Why do you want to take all kinds of pictures of this?
Why do you want to record it? Don't tell me you've stopped recording.
This ambulance sort of reminds me of the ambulance that came down our driveway that night.
Yep.
After Dad and I had shut the shop down.
Yep.
Another cop car coming.
Yep. Well, this is bound to bring all kinds of attention. Goodness gracious, just imagine
If that were us.
No, if we hadn't gotten here.
But thankfully, we did, because Dad was on the phone with 911. Thank goodness for that.
Poor guy, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I hope he's not dead.
He's not. I'm sorry we didn't tell you. He's not dead.
He was just unconscious.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But he's conscious now. I should say he regained consciousness. He became conscious again. Alright, I'm going to get in the car so that we can roll down windows. And then I'm going to need you to shut the door, please, so that we don't have the battery running the lights. Okay?
Okay. I got my window. Good thing that they have the windows rolled down so that we don't waste the battery.
Yep. I'm going to turn the car off.
Shut the car back off.
Stop.
hopefully he's okay, because they're gonna get him on the stretcher and get him to the hospital.
Blown up that much, you're not going to be able to see anything else. You need to back it up some so you can see everything. There you go.
What are you doing, Dad?
He's trying to help. Thing your dad did take me to work today, because I never would have stopped. I'd have just kept on going.
Yeah.
He'd have stayed there until daytime. Poor guy. Where is your dad?
He's over there kneeling on the side of the road.
Okay.
Why?
No, I just wanted to know. That's all, okay?
I was thinking...
You don't need to know the answer to every why. Just because. I wanted to know where he was, that's all.
I was thinking that it was because he was where you couldn't see him.
Well, you're allowed to think whatever you want, but you don't have to know the why for everything.
The main reason why Dad and I took you to work today is because we had Bobby.
I know that. But also, if you hadn't had Bobby, we wouldn't have seen this guy, and who knows how long he would have sat there before anybody saw him.
Thankfully, we were the ones that saw him as soon as we were pulling on to Baker's Creek to head home. Where are you going?
I'm just gonna stand outside the car.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be right here.
In case Dad needs you.
No.
Cheryl's very thankful that we were the ones that saw this poor guy, because Dad was the one on the phone with 911. How you guys gonna get that poor guy out of there and get him loaded into the ambulance? Hope he's alright. Because the paramedics should be getting him out of that truck so that they can get him loaded into the ambulance. You get it? Got it. Now to get him loaded into the ambulance. He regained conscious so he won't need CPR. You okay, Cheryl? It was taking them so long to get that poor guy out of that truck so that they can get him loaded into the ambulance.
Say what?
The paramedics were taking so long to get that poor guy out of that truck so that they can get him loaded into the ambulance.
They had to, babe. They had to make sure that he was okay to be moved. If he hit his head on the windshield, they don't know if he cracked his skull, if he broke his neck. There are things they have to do to make sure that it's okay to move him so that they don't do more harm than good.
Right.
Because if they don't have his neck stabilized, that is to say, if they don't have his neck to where it can't move, they might end up hurting him more trying to get him out of the truck than he already hurt himself. So it can take a little bit longer to get him moving, to get him out of there.
And now he's in the ambulance.
Because he was behind the steering wheel.
Yeah.
You know, they have to make sure, like I said, they have to check his head and his neck. It's possible they also had to check his face, just because when that airbag comes out, it comes out and hits you real hard. So it's possible that he could have a broken nose, could have broken some teeth, could have broken his tongue.
Or a fractured, what's the word that
fractured. You were close. Fractured.
Or a fractured skull.
Exactly, but they also have to check and make sure that, you know, if he didn't, because he hit his head, it's possible he didn't have his seatbelt on, and if he didn't, they have to make sure that they have to check and see if maybe his legs might be broken, maybe something happened with his hip joints, his knees, where they might have hit the steering wheel.
Yeah,
that
might require surgery.
Exactly. There's all kinds of things that they have to look out for.
Right. Right. Just like in those every 15 minutes videos that I've been watching.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They have to make sure that the person that is injured from the wreck is cleared to be moved before being pulled out of the wrecked vehicle in order to get loaded into an ambulance. And what were you clapping your hands for?
Just for them being there to help. They were here right away, the ambulance was.
Yeah.
What'd they say?
And then the fire truck behind the ambulance.